What's good, Josh? It's your boy Days. Back again in another video. Welcome back to Days Reacts. So today, I've been watching the news lately on sports and stuff, and I gotta get this off my chest. I'm so very disappointed with the United Football League this past year. Um, I mean, they finished out the season, but I'm kind of disappointed. Um, the reason being, they trying to do expansions. Okay, so if y'all don't know what's going on, um, let me pretty much spill the tea for y'all. Okay, um, so in the midst of United Football League, right? And I support United Football League very well. You know what I'm saying? My favorite team is the Battlehawks and stuff, and the Stallions. So, uh, so United Football League wanted to do a expansion, all right, but they not giving the how you say it the biggest like uh broad broadcast. They're not getting the exposure that they should have. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of messing up the league. And I knew this was going to happen because they put teams in areas that has NFL teams and stuff, and people don't want change, especially in those areas. Um, so they decided to cancel half of the league, which was the United States Football League, and everybody that's in that conference is on the chopping block, pretty much. That is including the Memphis Showboats, the Houston Roughnecks, the uh, Michigan Panthers and stuff, and Birmingham Stallions. Okay, but the city of Birmingham fought back for their rights to keep their team, and I'm glad they did that because Birmingham Stallions actually won the United Football League championship. You know what I'm saying? And they done it twice. And plus, uh, they won the USFL conference championship twice. So they pretty much the most success. Yeah, they're pretty much the most successful team in the United Football League. So, you know, the thing with them was they played in a nice stadium, protected stadium in Birmingham. Um, it just that they wasn't getting that fan exposure like they should be getting. And what kind of tipped me off was uh, they was trying to listen to, them so-called fans that don't care about the league, that don't uh, appreciate the league and stuff. And they was listening to them type of fans, and they was gonna actually cut the Birmingham Stallions loose, and they was gonna relocate all United States Football League teams. But here's my thing, okay? Birmingham Stallions, I'm glad they are here to stay, and like I said, I'm glad they're here to stay. Uh, Now the thing with the Memphis Showboats, the Houston Roughnecks, and the Michigan Panthers, I'm gonna give you a brief example of them teams. Okay, um, start off with Memphis Showboats. I do like the name of the team. The thing about it is the stadium that they are playing in is getting renovated, pretty much, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's really getting renovated. Like Liberty, they're playing Liberty Bowl, and it's home to Memphis Tigers, the University of Memphis. But Liberty Bowl is getting renovated, and it's kind of hard for two teams to play in a stadium that's getting renovated. Now, University of Memphis, they got another shot. They got another field to play at. They could go play at West Memphis, high school, and just keep it moving, or they could, play at another high school and just keep it moving. Memphis Showboats is a pro team, so it's different. So they decide to go ahead and relocate the team. Okay. Um, let's talk about the Roughnecks. The Roughnecks is like the secondary version of the Oilers back in the day. They used the Oilers. They use like a modern version of the Oilers logo. Um, my thing was with them, with Houston, was they couldn't figure out where to play their home games at because they was back and forth with University of Houston Stadium and Rice. You know what I'm saying? Rice University Stadium. It's at the Rice Bowl. So it's a lot of miscommunication with them. Um, like I say, we don't want no team that just flip flop in between stadiums, especially a professional team. So I can understand they were on a relocation list. Um, Michigan Panthers, they definitely need to be on a relocation list because they play at Ford Field, which is the home of the Detroit Lions. Come on, y'all. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? They definitely need to be on a relocation list as well. Um, yeah, so hopefully the new cities, I think they're trying to get one in Columbus, Ohio. So they're gonna move one of those teams to Columbus, Ohio. I think the other cities was probably Idaho and I think Boise, Idaho. I think the other team, the other city was going to be like San Diego or Orlando. You know what I'm saying? So you know it can be something. It really can be something. Um, but without further ado, you know what I'm saying? We're about to get into this series I created. You know what I'm saying? It's like I call it the United Football League potential stadiums. And I picked like 15 stadiums. They mostly are soccer stadiums. You got some teams actually in the United Football League that play in soccer stadiums, which is a good thing. Um, you got the DC Defenders. They play in a soccer stadium. You know what I'm saying? So my take is that I think the United Football League should go with my idea and stuff. They could call me, they could chat me on YouTube. You can show them this video if you want to. Um, I think they need to go ahead and go with my idea and stuff. And please, I want credit for it. All I want is like free tickets, you know what I'm saying? Free game tickets for life, you know what I'm saying? Um, Free championship rings, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Little money, you know what I'm saying? Here and there, you know what I'm saying? Pay the bills. Nothing too much because I really don't do a lot of stuff. But yeah, um, my thing is for them is to go with my idea. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if they do go with my idea, I want credit for it. Pretty much, I do want credit for it. Pay me in lump sum. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, pay me with championship rings. Pay me with free free tickets for life. You know what I'm saying, to any stadium. Uh, Pay me with you know what I'm saying, money like I'll say $4,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Not too much. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much. Uh, but yeah, just give me some commissary for it for this idea that I'm putting out for y'all. Um, but I think they should go with this idea that I'm gonna present to y'all because this is it's gonna help the league generally. All right. I think Birmingham Stallions, they goal was to have 10,000 tickets sold, 10,000 tickets as like season tickets. All right. And they want like fans to be at least 10,000 at every game. You know what I'm saying, or close to 10,000 at every game. So in my perspective, I believe these stadiums are the right pick to play in to do your expansion teams. Most of them are Major League Soccer stadiums. I'm just gonna be real with y'all, but I'm gonna give y'all a brief summary of what's going on, why I think they should use these stadiums, and MLS they've been in some new stadiums that you know what I'm saying. So you got a shot, pretty much. So I feel like, cause this is what I'm saying. You got NFL, right? You got NFL, and you got the United Football League, the UFL. The UFL can be your G League of the NFL. And what I mean by that, NFL they use 60,000 seats. That's the standard capacity for their stadiums. 60,000. All right. The UFL can have like 20 to 25,000 seats. All right, for football. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is with the UFL, you know they can have a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? They can have a lot of teams. And the reason why I'm saying this, you gotta think on how the Major League Baseball, the minor league baseball, how they run things. You know what I'm saying? Because the minor league baseball, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of teams, you know what I'm saying, that's affiliated with the major league teams, okay? So they can run with this idea, you know what I'm saying? I just want my commissary, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if y'all send it to my boy Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you know what I'm saying? Miss Danny Garcia, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, this is my idea, and this is what I'm how uh, how I expect the United Football League should go. Because if you go with this idea that I'm giving y'all, I promise y'all will be successful. All right, more than successful than where y'all at right now. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it and stuff. Um, and like I said, we're gonna talk about it between every video, and uh, and yeah, let's go ahead and get it.
It's time!
All right, y'all, let's go.
Asana helps you handle it. AI makes it easy to hand off routine tasks and stay focused on
Hold on, y'all. Let's get through this.
Welcome to Minnesota, the land known for its generous hospitality and rich soccer history. Situated at the midway point between the twin cities of St. Paul and Minneapolis is
Okay, before we look at this stadium, this is one of my picks for relocation. All right, especially like Michigan area or expansion. You know what I'm saying? And here's what I'd say about this expansion. Okay, a lot of college players do not get picked in the draft. I'm just gonna be real, and plus, a lot of players get cut from the NFL because they didn't make the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? Or practice squad. You know what I'm saying, for the NFL. They don't get a lot of playing time. They don't even show. They don't even get on the field most of the time because they're the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? And plus, what they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I got 15 videos of these. All right, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, we're gonna start off with St. Paul. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota, uh, aka Minneapolis. Um, so right here, this is home to Minnesota United. This is a lot. Allianz Field, okay, and it's in the United States of America, and it's in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and St. Paul. All right, so let's check this out, shall we?
Paul and Minneapolis is Allianz Field, a sleek 19,600 capacity spaceship-like stadium that is home to Minnesota United FC.
Woo! And my thing with this, yo, I'm gonna be real with y'all. This has been done before. You got a Texas Southern football team playing at Houston Dynamo Stadium. All right, as their home stadium. Okay, football's been done before. Like American football playing at a soccer stadium, it's been done before. Right now, you got NFL playing in Brazil, you know what I'm saying, um, at a soccer stadium. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's bigger, but it's still a soccer stadium. Um, they also played I believe it's the Spurs Stadium in Europe. You know what I'm saying? They play games there too. You know what I'm saying? It's been done before. And also, please don't. I don't mind y'all hitting the comments up. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind, but I'm gonna tell y'all for real. It's been done before in the United States of America when the Los Angeles Chargers played at StubHub Field or StubHub Park at Anaheim, Los Angeles, when they was going through the turmoil of transferring from San Diego to Los Angeles, and while they was building uh that brand new stadium, um the Ram Stadium. I call it the Ram Stadium, the new Ram Stadium. But while they was building that new stadium and stuff in Los Angeles, they was playing at StubHub Park. Okay, it's been done before, y'all. So don't act like when y'all get to these comments, don't act like oh this and all that and all this and all that and I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It's too small. It's too small. Don't no, please don't do that because it's been done before. The Chargers played at StubHub for at least 2 years, bro. 2 years, bro. Packed out, not by Chargers fans because they wasn't like you know what I'm saying. They wasn't loved and liked in Los Angeles like the Rams were, but it's been done before, and they was packed that stadium out to the T. And there's videos of it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say it ain't gonna work. It's gonna work. Trust me. NFL know what they doing. All right. So yeah, let's get back into this video.
The $250 million facility is wrapped in a translucent PTFE skin that protects fans from the elements and amplifies.
Now they said this stadium is worth $250 million. Come on, y'all. Make it make sense. Small stadiums for a small league. Make it make sense, y'all. Come on. I would do it. I don't care. And it's nice. Nice looking too. Got bucket seats and everything.
The game day atmosphere. Capped off with the famous supporters section, the Wonder Wall, Allianz Field sports a unique.
Now, the Wonder Wall. I'm gonna spit some game to y'all. So these stadiums that I'm about to show y'all, they're like, you know what I'm saying, they got this end zone side, right? Number fan section, right? Crazy fan section. Do you know how good that'll be for like, you know what I'm saying, away teams? You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially for home teams. You know how good that'll be, you know what I'm saying, for home teams, you know what I'm saying? And for teams that's trying to kick the ball and stuff to the end zone and they couldn't because of the loud crazy fans. Because it's you know what I'm saying, it's a crazy wall. It's a crazy wall. It's the Wonder Wall. But each stadium has got a fan section like that I'm about to show y'all. Each stadium got a fan section like that. So this is what I'm saying. It can work. It can work. You know what I'm saying? That's my take on it. And I'm gonna give you, and also y'all, I'm gonna give y'all like a name for the teams if they do decide to expansion at this at these facilities. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you the name like say like Minnesota something. You know what I'm saying? If they decide to expand to like Minnesota. All right, let's get back in.
Unique mix of fan tradition and contemporary design that makes it unlike.
That's nice, bro. You can't go wrong with that. Tailgating with that. Come on, y'all.
Like anything else in Major League Soccer.
Parking lot is there, yo. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Hotels is there. I think those apartments. But come on, y'all, make it make sense. I love it. You know what I'm saying? You got the backstage area. You know what I'm saying? It can work because you can put a big locker room inside the stadiums. Even though soccer stadiums locker rooms are like basketball stadium locker rooms. So, but here's my take on it. You could put a large locker room for football players. You know what I'm saying? They could build that in there. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they got to do. Simple. All right. And the stadium is nice
Minnesota
too.
entered MLS in 2017 as the league's 23rd club. However, professional soccer has been in this community for over 45 years. From the Minnesota Kick.
And I'm not saying that if they're gonna add the United Football League in these stadiums, are they gonna kick the MLS out? No, no, they're not gonna do that. I mean, my take is they won't kick them out. You know what I'm saying? Because this is actually their Pacific side stadium for the league of Major League Soccer. But my take is to help another league. This is like your best bet, and plus, I mean, it won't interfere. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. Like they all play on natural grass or synthetic turf. Simple.
That began in 1976 to the Strikers, the Thunder, and Stars. Soccer has found a way to survive the ups and downs of multiple leagues, owners, and locations.
And another thing, y'all, I want to let y'all know something, y'all. The reason why I like this, why I'm giving y'all this example, because it's less seating than the NFL, but for the past couple of years, man, they charging NFL tickets like dang near a house note. Cause I be seeing or mortgage. Cause I be seeing tickets like in the nosebleed section running about 15 grand. You can't make that up, bro. What is we doing in this time? So that's why I say like these seats, these size, for traditional fans, like this is it's nice. And plus they all bucket seats. Come on, y'all.
That's when the current owner, Dr. Bill McGuire, stepped in and said, I want to make this a thing. I want to make this happen. I want to turn this into something that the people of the Twin Cities can be proud of. And that was such a game changer. And today we're about to walk into a brand new stadium that he paid for out of his own pocket.
That fortitude has created a devoted following of soccer supporters in Minnesota and only made it that much more special when the team played their first ever home game at Allianz Field on April 13th, 2019.
Oh, show that fan section one more time. This is what I'm talking about, the fan section. You see that? Imagine you be the kicker finna try to do a field goal or try to do a field goal you know what I'm saying, extra point. You know what I'm saying? Imagine seeing this in front of your face, wondering, you know what I'm saying? Game winning shot. Come on, y'all. You can't make this up.
At Allianz Field on April 13th, 2019.
Alonso scores the first ever goal at Allianz Field.
The team is now treated to a world-class stadium with a natural grass field that offers more than meets the eye, raised 16 inches above the first row to create better sightlines. It also features a below-ground heating element to warm the field in cold conditions. That kind of technology can come in handy in the winter months. And in fact, Allianz Field...
And please don't be in the comments like, well, the field don't fit. Do you know how big a soccer field is in the NFL football field is? I mean, they got high school fields, like combine both of them together. Come on, y'all. You could fit a NFL 100-yard line field in a soccer stadium, bro. On a soccer field. Please don't be dumb in the comments.
Field is on record for hosting the coldest World Cup qualifier in U.S. men's national team history when they defeated Honduras 3-0 in 5-degree conditions and a wind chill of -12. Luckily for supporters and players, temperatures should be much warmer on August 10th, when Minnesota will host the 2022 MLS All-Star Game presented by Target, welcoming the biggest stars in MLS as they face off against Liga MX All-Stars. One all-star element that is always on display is the Wonder Wall, a steep 2,920 capacity safe standing section located in the south end. Inspired by the club's unofficial anthem, which is sung after every home win, the Wonder Wall features a 34.9-degree incline, one of the steepest rakes in MLS, making the Black and Blue faithful feel as if they're right on top of the action.
This is something we hung on to, and it became us. It became kind of this rallying cry that says, this is who we are together. When we had nothing to lose, we had this.
Across the field, visitors can treat themselves at the massive Brew Hall, a sprawling beer garden-style bar that offers 96 beers on tap and a food offering designed by St. Paul native and Iron Chef champion Justin Sutherland. Just above is another fan favorite, a manually operated scoreboard that is a nod to the team's previous home, the National Sports Center, and is complemented by an old-school analog game clock, which was inspired by German club FC St. Pauli and brought to life by Minnesota supporters themselves. 1,700 LED lights that illuminate the stadium on the outside are a sight to behold, creating a beacon of light in the already impressive.
So I guess that's nice too. For a team name, I think I'll give Minnesota. I'll call them like the Minnesota Brewers because, like, you got the NFL team named the Vikings. Other than Viking being a Viking, you know what I'm saying? What Vikings like to do? You know what I'm saying? They like to have feasts, and they love to have big mugs and stuff with, you know what I'm saying, the alcohol, you know what I'm saying, the malt liquor, you know what I'm saying, that booze. So, they like to have that, you know what I'm saying, while they feasting on big, red T-Rex leg, you know what I'm saying. So, I think the team, like for United Football League, if they do move to Minnesota, I think their name should be like the Minnesota Brewers. You know what I'm saying? The Minnesota Brewers. Or Bruisers. But if you got a team for Minnesota, let me know down in the comments. All right?
Minnesota Night Sky. The mix of state-of-the-art elements combined with historical and personal touches is what makes Allianz Field a truly special place and speaks to the value of honoring soccer's history in North America and continuing that celebration today.
All right.
Welcome to the West End of
All right. So now this stadium right here, this is in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. Now this stadium is also one of my picks because it is an MLS soccer stadium. We all know that. It's built in the city. All right. So there's not a lot of parking lot. So, but I believe they do got parking decks. Okay. Now, here's my take on this stadium before we hop on in this thing. All right. Now, I believe before we get into it, look at the stadium. It is nice. You can't go wrong with this stadium. They did a real good job with it. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right. The NFL team is in Cleveland. So this is your best bet to put a United Football League team, expansion team in Ohio is due Cincinnati. And then we're going to go to the other city too, which is like Columbus and stuff. So they got a shot. But let's go ahead and dive in.
Cincinnati, Ohio. A historic neighborhood on the west side of downtown
Stadium.
That is adding to their history with the addition of TQL Stadium, the new home of FC Cincinnati. Boasting a capacity of 26,000, this
26,000 seats, $250 million. I need this stadium in Arkansas.
$1 million privately funded stadium has seats as close as 5 yards to the field. That kind of proximity may be cause for concern for opposing teams, especially when it comes to the 3,000 plus strong supporters section, the Bailey, which is known for feeling right on top of opposing goalkeepers. TQL Stadium isn't just beautiful on the inside, however. The exterior features a state-of-the-art fin lighting display with 2.7 miles of LED lighting that is the first of its kind.
This stadium is absolutely spectacular.
The best soccer stadium in the United States, and one of the very best soccer stadiums, among the best soccer stadiums in the world.
However, TQL is more than just a stadium. It's an investment in the West End and Cincinnati as a whole, which has a long history as a passionate sports town. And that passion has come to include the beautiful game. The Blue and Orange have had a meteoric rise into MLS, which began in 2016 in nearby Nippert Stadium.
The first ever goal at Nippert Stadium.
Nippert, also the home of the University of Cincinnati Bearcats, was where the club first started out in the United Soccer League, USL. From 2016 to 2018, the club quickly garnered a passionate and large following, and on March 17, 2019, hosted their first MLS match in a 3-0 win against the Portland Timbers.
Deflected ball, Alan Cruz back 2-0 Cincinnati.
It's always been Cincinnati versus everyone. And I think when FCC came in, it was just another thing to show that passion, to show that pride for the city.
Although Nippert Stadium was the place the club originated, FCC have always had ambitions to build a home of their own. And beginning in 2019, the club began working with community leaders of the West End neighborhood to build a stadium that would serve both the club and the community. Nick Johnson grew up in the West End and was one of those leaders the club worked with when planning the stadium build.
The stadium is right here. It's literally right in our front door. So I would say within the last year, the excitement is where we needed to be as a community to embrace FC into the community.
A key feature of the new TQL Stadium is an updated version of the infamous supporters section, the Bailey, a standing section on a 34-degree incline with a capacity of 3,100. The stadium exterior features state-of-the-art fin lighting that wraps around the top of the stadium, also creating a 360-degree canopy that covers the seats but allows rain and sun onto the field.
Look at that, y'all.
From the locker rooms to the beer selection, every inch of the
Like I said, locker rooms don't, so they can rebuild some more locker rooms for the United Football League purpose, or for like a football team purpose locker room, This is just a soccer locker room, but they can actually build another locker room for NFL or UFL or college football purpose.
Stadium has been meticulously designed with the goal to build a world-class stadium from top to bottom. Though FC Cincinnati is still a relatively young club, they do have big ambitions. And as those ambitions continue to develop on the pitch, there's little doubt that the fans and atmosphere will bring a huge boost to the home team.
We're all waiting and anxiously looking forward to fans coming back to our stadiums. This building needs fans. The fan passion and fan drama is what's going to make this stadium rock and resonate around the world.
Because of this stadium and how beautiful it is, everybody want to come to see a soccer game. We have 6,000 members in our community, and all 6,000 want to come and see us.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all the name. I think Cincinnati, if the United Football League decides to put a team in Cincinnati, either way by expansion or relocation, I think the name should be called the Lions. I think the team name should be called Cincinnati Lions because they already got the logo right there. It's a lion. So yeah, if they decide to use this stadium and they put a team in Cincinnati, Ohio, I think they should use Cincinnati Lions name. If you don't like it, put a name you think they should use down below. Okay. All right, let's get back into it. So Cincinnati Lions. That's my take on it.
Soccer game.
There's been a lot of work done on the ground to construct TQL Stadium. And now that the project is finally finished, it's up to the team, the fans, and the community to bring their new home to life.
And they can also use the same color scheme, y'all. So there won't be no effect to where they at and stuff or change the seats. They can also use the same color scheme. So that's my take.
Deep breath. There's no other high like it in the world. It's 40,000 people.
Austin, Texas, a place known for...
All right, so this is Q2 Stadium, Austin, Texas. Thank you. Drop my coaster. Anywho, this is Q2 Austin FC Stadium, owned by Matthew McConaughey himself and other supporters. But yeah, this is in Austin, Texas. Let's dive on in, and let's see what we got.
Longhorns, barbecue, and now the newest member of Major League Soccer, Austin FC. The home of this new team is Q2 Stadium and will surely encapsulate the culture and character of the capital city of Texas. Featuring a massive bullnose canopy, the roof structure is one of the largest in MLS and is designed to shade fans from the Texas heat as well as reflect sound back onto the pitch. And with a 20,500 seat capacity of loud, passionate supporters, that reflected sound is sure to make for a raucous atmosphere worthy of a city known for its live music. The Verde, as the club is known, is still young and green, but as the first professional sports team in Austin, there's a buzz around town for what this new home will bring to the city. On January 15th, 2019, it was announced that Austin FC would join MLS as the 27th club in the league.
We are so thrilled to welcome Austin FC as MLS's 27th soccer team.
And since then, Austin has moved quickly to set up a strong foundation. Its Youth Academy program began playing games not long after the announcement, and when the season ticket reservations went on sale, the club set an MLS record by securing over 30,000 in a single day. The headlines didn't end there, however, as the club announced an expanded local ownership group, including Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey as co-owner and Minister of Culture.
Austin was a soccer town already, before Austin FC came. It's a very diverse city. We have 150 people moving here a day. We've got people from all over the world in our city that have never had a reason or a team to root for that represented the city of Austin. We have our Texas Longhorns, and that's our university, and that's sports there, but we've never had a team that represented the city of Austin.
And on April 17th, 2021, nearly 2 years after the announcement, that team took the field in their inaugural MLS match on the road against LAFC. In fact, the Black and Green had to play the first 8 games of the season on the road. But on June 19th, they'll finally come home and host their first ever home match at Q2 Stadium.
Stretch, drags it across, could go anywhere for Gomez! With the first goal in Austin's history!
A huge amount of care has been put into keeping fans cool throughout the game day experience. In addition to the massive roof structure, Q2 also features an open-air design in each of the 4 corners and has been oriented in a way that allows for natural breezes to help keep the heat at bay. 6,000 lucky fans in the lower bowl will also be treated to specially designed mesh seats in an effort to stem the sweating in the stands. Supporters that won't have to worry about sitting will be found in the south end, a safe standing section made up of multiple supporters groups, including Los Verdes, Austin Anthem, and La Merga, the musical backbone of the supporters.
can plant the seed, but it's built by the supporters, giving our supporters of Austin FC certain ownership and honor and privilege and influence and power, because they're who's going to be the lifeline of our culture off the pitch.
On the field, one of the primary innovations is the field itself. The type of grass installed is called Platinum TE Seashore Paspalum. Q2 will be the first professional soccer stadium in the U.S. to feature this type of grass, which is also expected to be used in the 2022 FIFA World Cup. It's a versatile and durable grass variety that is able to withstand the Texas heat, but can also grow in the extensive shade of the roof canopy. All throughout Q2 Stadium, there are touches of thoughtful detail, from the local food and beverage vendors to the rotating mural space next to the Northeast Gate. This place is brimming with cultural ties to the community.
We've been building this brick by brick. We've been getting our support person by person through the city. We understand it's Verde, it's Lisa's, but now it's live. I just got some chills saying that.
And in a place long thought to be exclusively home to the burnt orange of the University of Texas Longhorns, it will be fascinating to see how the Verde of Austin FC develops, both within the city of Austin and in the North American soccer landscape.
All right, so my take on this stadium, it's a nice stadium for the United Football League, for Austin to have a team. You know what I'm saying? I think like Houston Roughnecks, I think they should move over here to this stadium in Austin. And they could also call themselves, you know what I'm saying? They can change the color scheme, you know what I'm saying, to their color scheme, which is green and black, you know what I'm saying? I think they should, instead of calling themselves the Roughnecks, they should call themselves the supporters, you know what I'm saying? Austin or Texas supporters, you know what I'm saying? Or Austin supporters. Or they can use, you know what I'm saying, since they use green and black, you know what I'm saying, they can use the Austin Roughnecks or Austin Oilers and stuff. So let me know if y'all come up with a team name for United Football League for Austin. Let me know down in the comments. But they got to be like that green and black color scheme, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think the Houston Roughnecks should move to this stadium because, I mean, it's already done. It's already there for them and stuff. And they don't have to do too much. Pretty much they got to do is just change the name and change the logo and stuff. And boom, you got a team. All right. So, yeah. All right. Next up.
Adobe Acrobat Studio is all new. What can PDF spaces with AI do?
Houston, Texas, one of the largest cities and biggest sports towns in North America, affectionately known as Space City, H-Town, and home to the black and orange of the Houston Dynamo.
Now, here's my thing with this stadium, okay?
Of the Houston Dynamo.
Here's another example with the Roughnecks. Now, they can actually use this stadium for spring, you know what I'm saying? Because Texas Southern, they play in college. Their season don't end till like February and stuff. And I think Houston Dynamo, they don't play around till the summertime anyway. So spring football, go ahead and use this stadium, and they can keep the Roughnecks name. You know what I'm saying? They can keep the name, change the color scheme. You know what I'm saying, to like orange and stuff. And stay in Houston. So it can be either or. But I think, like, you know what I'm saying, if you're not getting a lot of buzz in Houston like you're supposed to, my take is move to Austin. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's go and get in it. And then yeah.
Opened in 2012, this 21,000-seat venue is one of the first soccer-specific stadiums to put its roots in the downtown district. And as new ownership ushers the club into a new era, multi-million-dollar renovations will take this place to another level. Come see how Houston handles The story of the club begins in 2005 when the San Jose Earthquakes moved from the Bay Area to the Bayou City, and the Houston Dynamo were born. Leading the charge was a 27-year-old Hawaiian-born striker, Brian Chang, who took the club by storm, scoring 4 goals in the Dynamo's first match.
Although we're a new team to Houston, we're a team that's been together for many years, a team of fighters, a team of guys that knew what it took to win, just like the city of Houston. And our favorite moments were in 2006 and 2007 when we won the championships and brought it home.
The save, right on the line, and it's over. Houston has won it. Houston is the 2006 MLS Cup. D-Road for the corner.
After 6 seasons playing at University of Houston's Robertson Stadium, plans were set in motion to move the club into their own permanent home.
From our days at Robertson, we always dreamed about having a stadium we could call our own, a place that we could come and know that it was strictly for us in soccer. And then we got to open up against DC United, and Brad scored an amazing bomb from right outside the penalty box and came sprinting over here to celebrate with the fans. It was a moment I'll never ever forget.
You couldn't write a more appropriate script than that.
Under the leadership of manager Dom Kinnear and with stalwarts like Brad Davis, Ricardo Clark, Pat Onstad, and many more, the club enjoyed sustained success and returned to the MLS Cup finals in both 2011 and 2012.
So away we go. Still Caleb Carr.
Cup trophy.
Make it 2-0. Kyoto, can he finish? No, we can't. It's an own goal.
Joining in on the fun in 2014 was sister club, the Houston Dash, who would go on to win the NWSL Challenge Cup in 2020. All this success has built a strong base of support, which is made up of multiple groups that form the Hustle Town supporters, many of which can be found in the 1,200 capacity safe standing section in the stadium. The key downtown location is known as the Stadium District, with neighbors like the Houston Astros and the Houston Rockets. Fitting with the surrounding neighborhood is the exterior facade. It combines a metallic mesh look with orange polycarbonate entrances to reflect the industrial heritage of the East Downtown neighborhood. Entrusting the same project designer as Arsenal's Emirates Stadium, the vision was to create an urban soccer stadium that was tight, atmospheric, and intimate.
We're here at pitch 25. One of the reasons that I really wanted to create this place was to give fans an experience outside of the stadium around soccer. And one of the things that I love the most about this place is the amount of diversity that comes in here. We got fans from all over the world celebrating the sport that we love in the only way that soccer fans can do it.
The Houston heat can be felt throughout the Lone Star State. The Dynamo and their neighbors FC Dallas have built an intense rivalry, with the winner earning a right to safeguard an 18th century cannon nicknamed El Capitan. With the 2021 edition of a third in-state challenger, Austin FC, supporters have created the Copa Tejas to crown the best team. Elected as one of the host cities for the 2026 World Cup, solidifying itself as a destination for the beautiful game.
From my first goal in club history at Robertson Stadium, to the first goal here in 2012, to the goals players and fans get to celebrate today, it's amazing to have Shell Energy Stadium as a place to call home.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this from what I'm seeing, okay? For what I'm seeing, what I'm actually seeing from this video. All right. Now I think the United Football League, they adopted some of the XFL rules, so they don't have to do field goals. You know, this little roof right here on the end zone side, they don't have to really use field goals. They can do like the 2-point conversions, 3-point conversions, and the 1-point conversions, where like they can have a regular line and stuff. But it depends on where you put the line at. You put it on the 5-yard line, the 10-yard line, and the 15-yard line and stuff, and you make it to the end zone, you get those points, you know what I'm saying, as your conversions instead of just kicking the field goal. So that's my take on that part. So yeah, like I say, for Houston, they can keep the Roughnecks and stuff. They can use the stadium if they need to, but my best bet for them uh is to move to Austin, Texas, because you know what I'm saying, they're not getting that enjoyment of fan base like they're supposed to.
With an exciting mix of young talent and experienced veterans combined with the passion from the supporters, that home shines bright in the Texas night.
Welcome to St. Louis, Missouri, known as the gateway to the West and now gateway to the newest club in Major League Soccer, St. Louis City SC, and their home field, City Park. This $458 million venue and their home field, League Soccer, St. Louis City SC, and their home field, City Park. St. Louis City SC, and their home field, City Park. Missouri, known as the gateway to the West and now gateway to the newest club in Major League Soccer, St. Louis City SC, and their home field, City Park.
You better show me my stadium.
Welcome to St. Louis, Missouri, known as the gateway to the West and now gateway
right there. All right, so this stadium right here, this is the new City Park of St. Louis. Like I say, they do have a United Football League team, the Battle Hawks, one of my favorite teams of the United Football League. They play at the old Edward Jones Stadium. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to have an NFL team, which was known as the Los Angeles Rams and stuff, because they was known as St. Louis Rams. And so, because the Rams originated in Los Angeles, then they moved to St. Louis, and now they're back in Los Angeles. All right, so yeah, but the Battlehawks came into play when the United Football League came into play, or the XFL came into play, and they play in the old stadium of the Rams when it was in St. Louis. Now this stadium came after, so it's like a bonus clip, pretty much. But they can use this stadium if they need to. They don't want to play in Edward Jones no more and stuff. They can use the stadium as they leeway before they get a new stadium. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, let's go ahead and check this video out and stuff. You know, this is St. Louis, so this is my team. But I think like for Battlehawks, they can stay in Edward Jones until they get a new stadium and stuff, or they could just leave Edward Jones and get into this stadium until they get a new stadium. So that's my take on the Battlehawks.
the newest club in Major League Soccer, St. Louis City SC, and their home field, City Park. This $458 million venue boasts a 22,000
$458 million.
500 seat
22.500 capacity
and is centrally located in downtown West, just steps away from the city's historic Union Station.
Historic.
Up top, the open-air stadium boasts a unique canopy design, providing supporters with some of the most extensive shaded coverage in MLS and locking in the sound and atmosphere on game day. And while this club may be the new kid on the block, St. Louis has a rich soccer heritage and an important history that the club is looking to honor and build upon for the future.
That heritage dates back to one of the earliest and greatest upsets in World Cup history, when a wily U.S. national team featuring 5 players from the Hill neighborhood of St. Louis upset a heavily favored England side 1-0 in 1950. At the collegiate level, the city's Division I soccer program at St. Louis University has won 10 national titles, and the city hosts the annual Herman Trophy Award ceremony, given to the nation's top men's and women's college soccer players.
Making it accessible for kids maybe in underserved communities in St. Louis. What do you think that this stadium is going to do in that regard?
I want to have St. Louisans on the next, men's national team playing in the World Cup here in North America, but also playing on our home team too. St. Louis loves a homegrown athlete.
Club owner Carolyn Kindle is taking that sports history and bringing it into the present. And after a couple false starts to bring an expansion team to St. Louis, on August 20th, 2019, a female-led ownership group were officially announced as the 28th club to join Major League Soccer.
It is with great honor and an incredible pleasure for me to announce that St. Louis will be the 28th team in Major League Soccer. Congratulations.
St. Louis, are we ready to do this?
We're creating lifelong memories. Nobody's had an opportunity in this region to take, whether it's a spouse or a child or a grandparent, to a professional MLS soccer match.
City Park features entryways in all 4 corners of the stadium.
And I do like the color scheme. Now, if the Battlehawks or the United Football League adopted their color scheme, bruh, rest is history.
And is built a full 40 feet below ground level, which allows it to fit comfortably into the surrounding downtown neighborhood, and yet opens up into a massive interior as fans walk down from the streets into their seats. Once inside, the first thing you'll hear is the roar from the 3,000 capacity supporters section on the north side of the field. This safe standing section features the steepest rake in the stadium, projecting noise onto the pitch from the likes of the St. Louligans, No Nap City Ultras, Fleur de Noise, and other supporter groups. To make the fan experience that much sweeter, the club has hired James Beard award-winning chef Gerard Kraft as their chief flavor officer, with over 50 individual food offerings of everything from St. Louis-style barbecue to bites from the Balkans. The food journey will be an attraction all in itself. This is more than just a soccer stadium, however. The 30-acre stadium district is one of the largest of its kind in an urban setting, and the only one that includes a stadium, training facility, and 3 full-size fields for the first team and academy.
How big of an advantage of it is it to have the training facility literally across the street from the stadium? Because that's pretty unique. You do not find that, certainly in MLS, but in professional sports.
So having it here as a kind of like an open door for the community, so everything is visible. Everything is, I call it always our open door policy, that makes it extremely, extremely special.
Lutz Pfannenstiel is the sporting director of St. Louis City SC and brings a huge amount of experience to the club after a 20-year professional career as a goalkeeper that took him to 27 different clubs on 6 different continents. Lutz even had a brief stint as the coach of the Antarctica 11 and now brings that experience to the decision-making process of the first team and academy.
I created, in a way, like a 3-pillar plan. So the 1 pillar is the community, giving kids an opportunity to actually play football for free. So getting away from the play-to-play system, giving kids with less fortunate backgrounds an opportunity. But then the second one is, of course, the academy. And St. Louis is famous for being soccer hot pot, so to say, with great talents, always national players. Now again, Tim Ream and George Sargent are both at the World Cup, both born and bred here. And the short-term pillar is the professional team.
And the city can't wait to welcome this team with open arms. When the club began accepting deposits for season tickets in September of 2020, more than 2 years before their inaugural match, the team received 30,000 deposits in the first 15 minutes and over 50,000 in the first 24 hours. Since that time, the team has brought on former New York Red Bull interim coach Bradley Carnell, as well as 2 designated players,
German midfielder Edward Leuven from Hertha Berlin, and Brazilian forward João Klaus from Hoffenheim.
We'll do our bit to inspire the community. So which means, what does that look like on day one? Well, be competitive. That's what we want to do. Play with a style and an identity to make teams not really enjoy coming to St. Louis. We want to play with a certain passion, an intensity, and a style that really challenges a lot of teams around the league.
The club is doing plenty in the community as well, including partnering with local artist Damon Davis to create the Pillars of the Valley, an art installation that commemorates the history of the Mill Creek Valley neighborhood, a thriving Black community that was displaced in the 1950s in the name of urban renewal. And Davis, along with ownership and the club, are working together to make sure that the history and the injustice are not forgotten.
I wanted you to feel that people lived here, lives happened here. You know what I mean? And it's something that I think gets taken for granted, especially in this day and age. I want to think about, what does it look like to dig up or excavate those histories that were covered up. And so, playing with time metaphors, I was trying to think, what's the most universal symbol for time? No matter where you're from, no matter what language, how old you are, what is the symbol for time? And that is an hourglass. This is the game of the world. That's what soccer is. And so people from all over the world will come here and they will learn about a community to help build this place and make this place what it is.
From community outreach to the roster build to this extraordinary stadium, everything this club has done in its lead up to its first MLS season has been intentional. And for a town known as America's first soccer capital, this city now has a team that is fitting of its legacy.
All right, shout out to St. Louis for that one. And so let's go ahead and get into the next one. Orlando.
Welcome to sunny Orlando, Florida. Known for much more than amusement parks, it's the home of a club fit for soccer royalty and World Cup champions alike.
This 25,000-seat prize.
I'm so sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Fit for soccer royalty and World.
All right, so this is Orlando's stadium, FC Stadium. I do like this color scheme, Roy Purple logo. I'm cute, so I'm a cute dog, so it is what it is. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all, okay? Orlando does have another stadium owned by Walt Disney World, which is Camping World Stadium. They did have a United Football League team back in the day before United Football League was a thing. They had the Orlando Guardians, which was from New York. They was known as New York Guardians, but they moved the team to Orlando Guardians, and now the team is no more. I think this would be a best bet to put the Guardians back in Orlando and stuff. They can use Camping World Stadium because right now it's getting renovated. What I'm seeing from the news and stuff, it is getting renovated to NFL purposes for the Jacksonville Jaguars because they getting a new stadium built, renovation at Jacksonville for their home stadium. So they need a place to play football. So they's going to move temporarily to Orlando, Florida. So they need the Camping World Stadium to be renovated to NFL purpose. Right now it's college purpose. But if they bring the Guardians back, I can see them playing at Camping World most of the time. But this isn't another option for them to come back and play at this stadium right here. So that's the team name, Orlando Guardians. It sticks with me, and we're going to go with that team name. So, but let's check the stadium out, all right? Orlando FC Stadium. It's one of my opinions for the United Football League.
Cup champions alike.
This 25,000-seat privately financed soccer-specific stadium with a 360-degree lower bowl sits in the heart of downtown.
And then my thing is use the purple and gold, Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Because the Guardians was using like a gargoyle panther symbol. It makes sense.
Downtown Orlando, and downtown Orlando is built into it. A stadium that is built for the supporters with a 10,000 square foot supporters terrace and the wall, Orlando's very own supporters section. From pregame to the final whistle, Exploria Stadium is a sight to see, offering spectacular views from all seats in the stadium and even street level. With an all-natural grass surface area and a canopy that's designed to enhance the crowd noise and protect the fans from the elements, this is a stadium that offers an atmosphere to drive the club to victory. My name is Miguel Gallardo, and now it's time to show you Florida's soccer crown jewel, Exploria Stadium.
It's my pleasure to welcome Orlando City SC as Major League Soccer's 21st expansion team.
In 2015, Orlando made the jump from USL to Major League Soccer. During the first 5 years, the club enjoyed explosive growth.
And I know we talk about United Football League, but I'm gonna tell you my top MLS teams. Okay, you got St. Louis FC, St. Louis City FC. All right, you got Kansas City, Sporting Kansas City FC, and then you got Orlando City FC. Those are my top three. All right, and my fourth pick is Chicago Fire FC. All right, let's get back into it.
And garnered international recognition with the signing of big-name stars.
Quando eu aceitei também essa ideia, foi pouco dessa visão que que isso vai crescer muito.
Rapid growth also came with growing pains as the team had varying levels of success in its first few seasons. In 2021, things began to change. The Wilf family, owners of the Minnesota Vikings, purchased the club and imbued it with a renewed energy to win.
Put a lot of effort and resources into getting these players. There's a lot of clubs around the world competing for this talent. And I think all the fans here are seeing how special they are, the energy, the strength, the power they bring.
Results quickly followed. An Oscar Pareja-led team won the 2022 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, defeating USL side Sacramento Republic.
The biggest moment in the history of Orlando City.
If anything has been consistent in Orlando, it's the supporters. They've been at the root of this club since day one. Since the early USL days, the Lions are backed by some of the loudest and staunchest supporters in the league, including the likes of Iron Lion Firm, the Ruckus, and others. These fans have backed the club on and off the pitch. That community element is vital, not only in times of celebration, but in times of adversity and mourning.
This is a very special section in Exploria Stadium, which represents the 49 victims of the Pulse shooting. These rainbow seats are located in section 12, which commemorates the victims of the tragedy in June 12th of 2016.
The deep connection to the city and the supporters can be felt before the players even enter the pitch.
This is the tunnel where the procession happens right before the big match. Both teams' players stand right here, right before they face the field. One cool thing about this section, on the right-hand side, the home team stage right here, there's a lot of positive messages written by the fans, handwritten in 2017. Now the away team will stand right on this side, where the messages are not so positive. Now, I am standing in the Capo stand, one of the most iconic parts of Exploria Stadium, which we like to call the wall. This is North America's first ever and safest standing section, and it's also the largest, sitting at the steepest grade possible, 30 degrees, so the ILF and the Ruckus can stand right above the action. Now, this is one of my favorite moments in Orlando City's history. It's called the running of the wall. It was 2019 Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. Orlando City hosting big rival NYCFC. The wall is full.
The Portuguese man gets inside, crosses it for Mueller, and the header's in. Dina floats it in, knocked down by NYCFC. Morales gets a touch, and NYCFC equalizes.
The game ends level. The referee blows the whistle, and there's the coin toss. NYC wins it. They choose the south end conveniently, and all the fans from the wall rush the concourse on the east side to get to that end. The rest is history.
Waving the supporters on. Buddy, this is what the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup is all about. He easily places it into the side net. Goodness, Gus is right, and the crowd goes wild. Orlando City Soccer Club, for the first time ever, are headed to the Open Cup semifinals.
With new ownership, this club keeps growing and growing. With new signings, winning Open Cups, and fostering the youth talent in Central Florida, this club is ready for the next generation, being led by a man who has youth development in his core. Exploria Stadium is ready for the next big thing. Are you?
Get me teared up. But yeah, like I say, man, bring back the Orlando Guardians, United Football League. And like I say, y'all got two choices. Y'all could use this stadium, Exploria Stadium, or y'all could use what you call? The football stadium, which is not that far from them. That's owned by Walt Disney World. I forgot the name that quick. But anyway, you got two choices. You got two venues. But yeah, bring back the Guardians. All right. Let's go.
When too much work bogs you down.
That's it. No, I want protector.
Asana helps you handle it. That's because
All right, we're gonna talk about this one. All right, LA don't need no United Football League team. All right, but this is my opinion, and this is option. All right, this is an option. I'm gonna give them this one option. Okay, they have to put it in this stadium if they're gonna put a United Football League team in Los Angeles, California. Okay. All right. Because if they do put it in Los Angeles, California, they'll have to put it in this stadium because it's not that far from the NFL stadium. Like I said, remember when I said United Football League can be like a minor league to the NFL? You know what I'm saying? Like a developmental league for the practice squads and stuff. I really did meant that, okay? Because the reason why I'm saying this is that a lot of people want to call themselves a professional football player. I guess that. A lot of people wants to be part of the NFL, but also play in another league. I guess that. Okay? So, without further ado, we're going to check out Los Angeles FC Stadium, or like I call it, Bank of America Stadium in I think it's Long Beach, or is it Long Beach, or is it what's the hoods in LA? It's not Compton. It's not I mean it's right there by Sola. It's right there by the Rams Stadium, and it's right there by the Intuit Dome. So it's there. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Los Angeles, a big city long known for attracting people far and wide, all aiming for their shot at fame in movies, music, and...
Okay, this is the stadium. Oh yeah, and it's also by the old Ram Stadium, the historic Olympic Stadium and stuff. But this is the stadium, y'all. And yeah, Bank of California. My bad. I said Bank of America. But yeah, this is the stadium, and you got to hear me out on this one. All right. I love the stadium. I think it's the best fit for United Football League. To put a team in LA, just one team. Just put one team in LA. That's all you need. All right. And stuff. So let's hop on in.
Even sports. And for a city with a storied and multicultural footballing history, one of the biggest developments has come with the birth of LAFC and the opening of Bank of California Stadium. Located just minutes from the heart of downtown, this $370 million venue features a
$370 million venue.
Stylized yet purposeful roof canopy, which reflects heat away from the interior while allowing light to pass through. The Bank, as it's affectionately known, features a 22,000 seat capacity and one of the steepest
22,000 capacity
inclines in MLS, inspired by the seating design of many European venues. Come inside and discover how this club went from new kid on the block to Hollywood blockbuster. Things began in the fall of 2014, and in the wake of the dissolution of a previous MLS club, Chivas USA, it was announced that a leadership group led by Henry Wynn, Peter Guber, and Tom Penn would be awarded a new team in Los Angeles.
This is the moment that we have all been waiting for. It's my pleasure to bring up Henry Nguyen to officially launch LAFC.
We have to get people to believe we're going to be there a couple of years from now, to believe that we're going to be competitive, to believe we're going to be fan engaged, to believe we're going to believe in the community. And I think we can do that.
Shortly after, the group announced its plan to construct a new soccer-specific stadium in Exposition Park, adjacent to the LA Coliseum and on the site of the LA Memorial Sports Arena, an aging venue known for countless sporting events and legendary music performances. Momentum continued to grow as a star-studded expanded ownership group was announced, made up of 31 members including the likes of Magic Johnson, Will Ferrell, Mia Hamm, and numerous other leaders in the sports, entertainment, and business landscape of the city. On August 23, 2016, ground was broken at the construction site for the new stadium.
People now can live and work and come to enjoy a great soccer game and soccer team right in their own community.
I also want to make a bold prediction. We don't have our roster yet, but I do know this. We will go undefeated in our inaugural season. I don't know how hard that is to do, but we will do that. And if not, you can come up and tackle me in the parking lot, okay?
Over the next 18 months, other announcements began to make headlines, starting with the appointment of Bob Bradley as the team's first ever head coach, and soon after, the signing of Mexican superstar Carlos Vela as their first ever designated player. At the same time, a passionate group of supporters began organizing and planning on how they would make their own mark on the club and MLS. And finally, on March 4th, 2018, the bank was open for business. Right off the bat, it appeared the hype around this expansion club was real, and more importantly, that the time and effort the club was putting into working with its growing supporters groups was paying off. The biggest example of that work is the 3252, a supporters section located in the north end of the stadium. The 3,252 capacity section is made up of over 8 supporter groups and features safe standing with a first-of-its-kind rail seating design, which allows for additional comfort and safety. Safety is certainly a key element with these passionate supporters, who are known for the occasional beer shower, as well as their famous chants.
I've been to a million sporting events. I've never seen anything like it.
This is awesome. How awesome is this?
This is awesome!
The 3252 isn't the only area.
All right, and also the name for LA, if they get a United Football League team, I will have to go with the name, the Los Angeles Army and stuff. Because the reason why I'm going with that because of the support group called the Black Army, or y'all could come up with something like the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? The Rambos, Los Angeles Rambos. Y'all can do with that and stuff. So yeah, like Rambos, and then you got the Rams, and you know what I'm saying, the NFL. So the Rambos, I think the Rambos would be a nice fit. Los Angeles Rambos and stuff for United Football League. Y'all can have that army feel to it. Y'all can use color scheme black and gold and stuff. Um, color scheme. Yeah, that's what I think would be a best fit. So, yeah, let's get back into the video. But yeah, that's what I think the stadium. I think United Football League need to choose a stadium as an expansion.
Area that offers a unique perspective, however. On the west side of the field, you'll find one of the most glamorous setups in any.
If you got another team name that LA can use for an expansion, let me know down in the comments. Like it got to be this color scheme, the black and gold. You know what I'm saying? I say Los Angeles Rambos and stuff. So it could be deal with like the Army and stuff, and the Pacific Coast, and you know what I'm saying, the Rams. So yeah, let me know down in the comments.
Soccer venue, the pitch side seats. Akin to sitting courtside at an NBA game, a mere 4 yards from the field, these seats offer an unmatched, up-close and personal view, not only of the game, but the 3252 and the regular celebrity drop-ins you could only get in LA.
Go, baby!
When it comes to LAFC and their home stadium, it isn't just one thing that the club does well. They deliver on multiple fronts, which all adds up to a match day experience that is tough to beat.
Rodriguez, this could be a jam. It will be Cabana.
And for a club as ambitious as this one, their 2019 Supporter Shield victory will surely not be enough to keep them satisfied. While the club continues its quest for more hardware, it will also be the site of the 2021 MLS All-Star Game, which will feature the first ever matchup between MLS All-Stars and Liga MX All-Stars. And what could be a more perfect setting for such a star-studded event?
All right. Now that's LA. I know we got to go through it, but let's go move on to the next.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. With signs and
We are in Nashville, Tennessee.
All right, so this is Nashville. Okay, so we know they getting a new stadium. Tennessee Titans is, and it's in construction as of this moment. It won't be done by 2027. But this is the Nashville Soccer Stadium. The United Football League, they can use this stadium if they need to. If they want to do an expansion and put it in Nashville, this is my take on it. And it's like close to Nashville. It could be like their minor league, you know what I'm saying, roster for the Tennessee Titans. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and give them a name since Nashville Sound and stuff, or Nashville SC and stuff. Well, Nashville Sound, that's the baseball team, minor league baseball team. But for the color scheme and stuff, it's like yellow and navy blue. For Nashville, it's Music City. And they Titans is like a soldier, a warrior, pretty much. I think the United Football League team name should be the Tennessee or Nashville. I'll say the Spartans. Yeah, the Spartans and stuff. So if you like Tennessee Spartans or Tennessee Nashville Spartans, let me know down in the comments. If you like come up with another name, let me know down in the comments. But let's dive on in. Let's check the stadium out. Why is my opinion? This is my opinion of an expansion for Nashville.
Most famously known for country music, hot chicken, and now the newest home for Nashville SC, Geodis Park.
This $330 million privately funded stadium boasts a capacity of 30,000 seats, making this the largest soccer-specific stadium in the United States and Canada. And for a club that didn't suffer a single defeat at home in 2021, the opening of Geodis Park could only strengthen their already fortress-like record at home, making this a place that supporters love and opponents despise.
The movement to bring a beautiful game to Nashville began not with an ownership group or even an existing team, but rather a group of local soccer fans looking to fill a void left by the demise of the Nashville Metros, who folded from the United Soccer League in 2013. Inspired by the member ownership model of organizations like the Green Bay Packers and the fan-owned FC United of Manchester, local Nashvilleian Chris Jones began a supporter-run team, Nashville Football Club, that began play in the fourth tier of American soccer, NPSL, and aimed to start something authentic in the Music City.
Did you have these aspirations when you started? Did you think that this was possible?
No, I mean, if we're being honest, like it was, hey, the city deserves a team. Let's come together, let's build something, and then you just never know.
In just over 4 years, what began as an amateur team playing in front of 1,800 fans at Vanderbilt University evolved into a full-fledged organization. Nashville Football Club became Nashville Soccer Club and adopted a traditional ownership model led by local businessman and philanthropist John Ingram. And on December 20th, 2017, history was made.
That I'm here today to announce that Nashville will be Major League Soccer's 24th team. And I want to invite John.
More announcements were soon to follow, including the hiring of former Liverpool boss and Premier League CEO of the Year, Ian Ayre, as the club's chief executive officer.
We're not here just to compete, we're here to challenge and to win. And, if we put all of the right ingredients together, then we'll make something truly great that Nashville can be proud of.
Those right ingredients included MLS Cup winner Gary Smith as the team's first ever head coach, as well as a stout defensive core of MLS veterans combined with international attacking talent. And in 2020, that team took the field for their first ever MLS match in front of a record crowd of 59,000 fans at Nissan Stadium.
Silverman, instant club immortality, and it is Bedlam on the banks of the Cumberland.
That opening match and all that has happened since are important keystones for the club and have been incorporated throughout their new home.
I keep hearing the word fortress being used, which feels appropriate because you guys have been so good at home. What's sort of the mentality of playing a game at home in this new stadium? Is it kind of this like we must defend our home mentality, or how does that play into it?
We need to make this a place that's tough to play, and the fans need to make it a place that teams fear to come. And if you can get that combination right, you don't normally go too far wrong.
The fortress mentality extends to the very design of the structure itself, which is wrapped in an exposed brick foundation and blended with an imposing cantilevered steel canopy inspired by the industrial history of the surrounding Wedgwood, Houston neighborhood. And with a capacity of 30,000 blue and gold supporters, Geodis Park will take the honors as the largest soccer-specific venue in MLS, overtaking the likes of Toronto, Los Angeles, and Cincinnati.
Even the growth of the league is huge, and this is just a testament to that. To see just the sheer size of the stadium, 30,000, biggest soccer specific in the country, especially leading into all the things coming to this country in the World Cup 2026. It's putting Nashville on the map for soccer, and the Southeast in general has been such a hotbed for youth players, and so now it gives them another opportunity to say, I want to play for Nashville when and they see the stadium, they come visit and they get excited. And so I think it's a great opportunity to show youth players what a great city Nashville is, what a home this could be for them if they choose to be a professional soccer player one day, and it's going to inspire a lot of people.
You think about some of the, we call them like cathedrals of the game, right? Anfield being one of them. How does this compare? Are you kind of building your own cathedral in Nashville?
The home stadium, the home venue, is the spiritual home of the team for me. As a kid who grew up in Liverpool and went to games my whole life, I've been a supporter probably 50-something years. That was the highlight of my week. And the other important thing is, over those many years, all of the memories I have. I think that's what we want to create here. We want to create memories. We want to have amazing games that people remember. We want to win things here. You want kids like that in Nashville to come here. And I was at Geodis Park when Hani Mukhtar did this, or Nashville Soccer Club won this, and that's what we've created. We've created the venue for those memories.
Music is clearly an important theme here, and it's also reflected in the locker room, where the team anthem, Never Give Up on You, is one of the first things the players will see when they walk in.
In fact, music is woven throughout Geodis Park and will take center stage in the northeast corner of the stadium, which is where the honorary guitar riff will take place before each match, and has featured the likes of guitarists from Hall & Oates, Megadeth, and even the Old Testament. To commemorate the play on the field, the team has also installed a vinyl lathe that will cut live game commentary and goal calls onto a record, which is presented to the man of the match. During the match, the soundtrack is carried by the Backline, a 3,000 capacity safe standing supporter section at the north end of the stadium, and home to groups like the Roadies, the Assembly, La Brigada de Oro, and more.
The Backline are my people. They've been through.
So, Nashville or Tennessee Roadies or the Nashville Roadies. I think that's a nice sound to be a name for an expansion team for United Football League. So let me know down in the comments if you think that's good, or you think Spartans is a nice touch with the same color scheme. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, let's see. Be a minor, team to the Titans. I think the Roadies, you know what I'm saying, is the best bet. All right. I think the other name she said was
La Brigada de Oro, and more, like the Roadies, the Assembly.
Yeah, so the Roadies and Assembly. So I think the Roadies is the best bet. So, all right, let's dive
La
in.
Brigada de Oro, and more.
The Backline are my people. They've been through thick and thin with us every step of the way, every iteration of our journey. They are a collective of 6 supporter groups right now, and each one has their own unique personality. They bring their own flavor. We've really been like this traveling circus for 4 years, right? We played a couple years in a minor league baseball stadium. We played a couple years in an NFL stadium. And to have someplace that we can call home that's as beautiful as this is something that I hope we don't take for granted.
For Nashville, by Nashville, with Nashville. That message was the driving force behind the creation of this new home for the club, and they have stayed true to that. This stadium is a reflection of not only the city, but the supporters and the team as well. So now we just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right, so that's Nashville. That's my take on that part. Let's get with this one.
Welcome to Washington, D.C., home of the White House, the U.S. Capitol, and more national landmarks than you can imagine. This city is brimming with history, including fabled club DC United, one of the most accomplished franchises in Major League Soccer that resides at the beautiful Audi Field.
Nestled in a prime location along the Capitol Riverfront, the fastest growing neighborhood in DC, this $500 million stadium packs.
Now, United Football League team is actually does exist in DC, and it's the DC Defenders. They actually do play in this stadium, so pretty much this has already been done. But we're gonna keep this video going and stuff, and yeah, like since it's been done, you can do it at other stadiums as well because it's been done with DC Defenders. Come on, United Football League. You might as well do the rest of them like this, okay? Especially for your expansion teams. You might as well. All right.
An amazing.
So shout out to DC United for their stadium, Audi Field. Shout out to DC in general. And also shout out to the DC Defenders of the United Football League. All right.
Game day experience into a tight footprint and does it all within a walking distance of the National Mall. Featuring 20,000 feet capacity with 500 field level suites, 31 luxury suites, a mix of new pitch side premium cabana suites, load boxes and tables, and one of the steepest grades in MLS, there's really not a bad seat in the house. And with a scenic rooftop bar, luxurious indoor lounge, and on-location sportsbook, Audi Field has plenty to offer on home game days. You know all about the monuments in the nation's capital, but now let's take you inside DC's next great landmark. I'm Claudia Pagan, and welcome to Audi Field.
Okay, this is the exterior of it and stuff. Like I say, I pretty much think like this is, yeah. United Football League, y'all did a good job for picking this stadium as one of y'all venues for one of y'all teams, which is DC Defenders. So yeah, if you did that with them, do the rest of them like this, except for the Stallions. But we're gonna get that later on in the video.
This is 1996, totally different era in American soccer.
This is perhaps the biggest day in the history of U.S. soccer.
Founded after the 1994 World Cup, DC United is one of the 10 original MLS franchises. And when the league officially kicked off in '96, the Black and Red quickly became a dominant force and Major League Soccer's first dynasty.
DC United stands alone as champions of Major League Soccer.
Led by a Hall of Fame group of players and coaches, DC United won the first two editions of MLS Cup in '96 and '97, and since then have gone on to win 2 more MLS Cups, 4 Supporter Shields, 3 U.S. Open Cups, and the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
So many legends have passed through DC. Johan Cruyff for the Washington Dips, John Hartz, who led DC United to becoming the first dynasty in MLS, the Bolivian duo of Jaime Moreno and Marco Echeverri, who are still beloved by fans to this day, and one of the most recent legends in the league, Wayne Rooney. And of course, we can't forget to mention Ben Olsen and Nick Rimando, who are one of the first that helped MLS become what it is today. From its inception, the club played at the storied Robert F. Kennedy Memorial Stadium. Opened in 1961, this multi-purpose venue was also home to 1 NFL team, 2 different MLB teams, 5 matches from the 1994 World Cup, and a litany of college sports and musical performances. Though RFK held many fond memories, from the multiple MLS Cup wins to the bouncing stands of the supporter section and even the rumored sightings of raccoons living in the stadium, it became clear that the team needed a stadium of its own. And after a long journey to get there, ground was broken at the downtown waterfront location in 2017. Vamos United. 502 construction days later, Audi Field opened up its doors for the first match in DC's new home and treated fans to a 3-1 victory over the Vancouver Whitecaps, courtesy of a golazo from Shamil Assad and a brace from winger Paul Oriola. The team was also led by eventual head coach Wayne Rooney.
That is empty. Big collision by the captain, putting one up.
Acosta.
Welcome to DC United's locker room. We could say that this is the most sacred place in the whole stadium for the Black and Red, because this is where motivational speeches are delivered and victories are celebrated. Now, one of the things that makes this stadium is so unique is that the locker rooms are underground. So DC United and their opponent will walk down this hallway and head up the stairs for kickoff. As the team adjusted to its new home, so did the supporters. With a 35-degree seating incline, the sight lines at Audi Field put you right on top of the action. That on top of the action feel may be no more apparent than the 1,500 capacity safe standing supporter section that's home to legendary groups like La Barra Brava, the District Ultras, the Screaming Eagles, and many, many more. If you're looking for a place to party, this is the spot that you've got to be in. Just don't be afraid of a little shower. When it comes to the important stuff, like staying refreshed and well-fed, fans can enjoy a diverse offering of local favorites, from half-smokes to pupusas. And all this and more can be enjoyed in various club spaces, including the Heineken Rooftop, the Eagle Bank Club, the Riverview Deck, and many others. All this will be on display on July 19th for the 2023 MLS All-Star Game, when the biggest stars in the league gather to take on Premier League side Arsenal. DC United's rich soccer history isn't done writing itself yet, and Audi Field is the perfect place to add more to the trophy cabinet.
Shout out to DC. And yes, I got Progress Gaming. Y'all know the tickets down below. I will get FC 26. I know I didn't get 25. I was kind of mad with EA Sports for a minute, but I think I will get FC 26 just to be on a fun side, pretty much. But I think EA Sports, they really do need to upgrade their games. But that's another video for another time. But yeah.
Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Now, this right here, this is the Toyota Stadium renovation in Dallas, Texas for FC Dallas. My take is Dallas already have a soccer team right there on Jerry Jones' land, pretty much, in Arlington. They play at the old Ranger Stadium, and also they have a United Football League team, the Renegades, on the XFL side. They play in that same stadium as well. They play in the old Rangers Stadium as well. But here's my take on it. If you decide to move the Renegades over here to Toyota Stadium once this renovation is finished, then here's my take on it. Then they can be renamed as Dallas Renegades or Texas Renegades. You know what I'm saying? It could be either or. You know what I'm saying? So right now they're the Arlington Renegades, but I think that's the best bet for the Renegades in general. For the United Football League in general, is to move the team from the old stadium and move the team from the old Ranger Stadium and put them in this stadium right here. But I do like them being at the old Ranger Stadium because it's closer to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. You know what I'm saying? And they could be like the minor league development team for the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's either or. All right, but let's check out this stadium. Why is my opinion? Why is my pick to be part of the United Football League? All right.
To the channel. Toyota Stadium to undergo multi-million-dollar renovation. The Frisco City Council tonight approved a $182 million public-private partnership.
This is what it looks like right now. But since the renovations that we just saw recently, what they're gonna do, it's gonna look amazing.
With FC Dallas to renovate Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas.
That's what it's gonna look like in the near future.
The renovation, which will begin in 2025, will enhance the guest experience by integrating innovative designs, cutting-edge audio-visual technology,
Look at
and a
that.
variety of fan-first amenities at Major League Soccer's third oldest soccer-specific venue. Renovation highlights include 3 new clubs, renovated north, east, and west entrances, and an architecturally distinctive roof structure that will help provide shade for guests throughout the venue. FC Dallas has partnered with HKS Architects and Manhattan Construction Group on this project. This next chapter of Toyota Stadium will offer innovative and exciting amenities that create a sense of community for fans of all sports. Guests will enjoy.
And I know the Dallas Cowboys, they're gonna be like, well, we got a practice facility that is actually a stadium. So let's move the Renegades to the practice to the Star. Let's move the Renegades to the Star in Frisco. How's that? No. I think the Renegades either stay where they at or move in FC Dallas Toyota Stadium once this renovation is done. Okay? And they can be called Texas Renegades. Okay? That's my take on it.
Enjoy a state-of-the-art sound system and video boards, modernized club spaces, improved concession and restroom facilities, along with expanded retail outlets, all influenced by the stadium's thoughtful design elements that put a uniquely Texas spin on the soccer and sports experience. Planned renovation timeline. In early 2025, construction begins on east side of stadium. In summer 2026, the east side reopens while construction begins on west side of stadium. In 2028, the entire stadium reopens.
All right. But yeah, shout out to the Renegades. Shout out to FC Dallas. But yeah, that's my take on the Renegades for them to move. All right. Next up.
Build a website you love with Wix.
Now this right here, this is Chicago's new stadium renovations plans for the Chicago Fire FC. Now this is the stadium that I want in my home city, in my hometown, Little Rock, Arkansas, because our stadium, Woolmore Stadium, even though it's got 54,000 capacity, it's old, it's run down, and I'll be real with y'all. You can say what you want. The stadium is done for. Okay, the Razorbacks and Arkansas State Wolves, they just played the last game. They just played the last game there forever. You know what I'm saying? For the Razorbacks, they just played the last game forever at Woolmore Stadium, and our soccer team, Little Rock FC, plays in that stadium, and I feel like the stadium is so old and run down that I think it's time for a change and time to build something what Chicago is building and stuff. We got surplus money, so our governor, if you're watching this, please, please, and please, please tear down War Memorial. What Chicago got looking like. Go to the Chicago City, go to the city of Chicago, go to the owner of the Chicago Fire FC. Hey, tell them, hey, can I get the same renderings? Who's your contractor? I want the same renderings y'all got so I can rebuild a new stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas for my state. And also so I can rename it as the new War Memorial Stadium. So, but let's check this on out. But for me, I think this will be a good stadium for Chicago Fire FC, and also I think this is a good expansion for Chicago for United Football League and stuff. And they can actually use the name Fire if they want to. You know what I'm saying? Um, or they can use something that has to deal with like uh with the Bears and stuff. Um, they can use like something that has to deal with the city of Chicago in general. Um, so yeah, like I say, uh, this will to me for United Football League, this stadium that we're about to see will be a good way to expand to Chicago for United Football League, and also it'll be a how you say a minor development team for Chicago Bears. Now, but let's check the stadium out and let's see what the owner of Chicago Fire FC talks about this stadium plan. And like I say, my take on this stadium, bro, you might as well. You might as well.
And Chicago Fire fans, get excited. Yesterday, the Chicago Fire released renderings of the club's privately financed 650.
Look at this. When I saw this, bro, I was like, I need this. I need this in my home city. On the cool, I need this in my home city ASAP.
$1 million soccer stadium. Construction on a 22,000-seat stadium in the 78 is set to begin early in 2026, and the main goal is to make the stadium fit into the.
Imagine you just walking up to something like that. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of the new stadium that's getting built right now, Nashville FC. I mean, not Nashville Nissan Stadium for Tennessee Titans. This stadium remind me of that, but really smaller. You know what I'm saying? But seeing this right here, I can see this being like a replacement to World Memorial Stadium easily. So you know what I'm saying? This renderings is beautiful, and hopefully, because my state got $6 billion. I think my mother said the state got like, I'm really not into politics like that, but I do watch because I don't want no World War III, nothing like that going on. You know what I'm saying? But my state got a $6 billion or something billions dollar surplus, and this stadium only costs. I did research. This stadium only costs about $500 million at least, but depends on because the area they in Chicago. So for Little Rock standpoint, like the stadium would probably cost about 250 million or at least half of that. You know, like half of what Chicago paying, what Chicago standard on the estimate price for this stadium. But for Little Rock, it'd probably be half of what they're paying for. So, because I think they like 500 something million, but cut that in half, that's the price for like Arkansas. So that's chump change for that surplus money. So my take on it is, let's tear down World Memorial Stadium. Let's get these renderings from Chicago. Let's build the stadium in the place of World Memorial Stadium and call it the new World Memorial Stadium. And then we can work on the other entertainment venues like Simmons Bank Arena and Barton Coliseum and stuff, and Dickie Stevens Park, you know, stuff like that. But the main focus to get this out the way, let's tear down World Memorial Stadium and let's rebuild it. You know what I'm saying? For the fan base, because we just lost our Arkansas games for each year. The contract is up by today, so Arkansas Razorbacks will not play at Little Rock no more. So let's figure this out, okay? Whoever the next governor will be, or the current governor, Huckabee Sanders. Yeah, let's figure this out.
Chicago skyline.
You'll see in the renderings, there's this beautiful brick facade. There's a dark steel and then a glass element to it. And I think the word and the phrase that we've continued to be using is enduring elegance. Whether this stadium was built 50 years ago or 50 years from today, it should look like it belongs in Chicago. We have such amazing architecture here. And so that was really important for us, that this is going to be in addition to the skyline. This is going to kind of extend, the South Loop area to the skyline. This is going for us that this is here. And so belongs in Chicago. We have such amazing architecture.
Look at the inside of it. Tell me that's not beautiful. Tell me that's not beautiful. Okay? Because this right here, this is the one. This is the one right here. In my opinion, this is the one right here. Let's get back into it.
Here. And so that was really important for us that this is going to be in addition to the skyline. This is going to kind of extend, the South Loop area, and we want it to sort of fit into the rest of the architecture of the city.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm.
So that was Chicago Fire.
Like getting Bateman when you need Batman. Stop.
We all know that New York is a concrete jungle.
So now we're about to see the New York FC Future Stadium, Allianz Field, I believe. No, it ain't Elliott. Etihad Field. Excuse me, y'all. Etihad Field. Now this would be a best way to get New York back their United Football League team. And like I say, it probably had to be renamed from the Guardians or call it, because we got Giants, you got Jets, like as their, they big boys. They because this is like a development and stuff. I would have to say this for the team for New York, okay. I would have to give them a name. Oh, I didn't give a name for Chicago Fire. I think for let me start again. For Chicago United Football League team name, I would have to go with the Stars and stuff, Chicago Stars and stuff, or Chicago is known for metros and stuff. Bears, Cubs, White Sox, Fire, Indians, Bulls, Zephyrs, Blackhawks, Wolves. I would say this. For Chicago, I think the team name for United Football League for Chicago will be the Wolves, because I think that kind of fits basically and stuff. And with the color scheme of Chicago, I think that would be a nice touch for them. So yeah, the Wolves will be definitely a good touch for Chicago. All right, back to New York. For New York, I say a team name for them with the Yankee color. You got Giants. You got Jets. My take on it. For matter of fact, Chicago Grizzlies. Chicago Grizzlies. All right, the Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good team name for the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Chicago Grizzlies, and for the team name for Chicago for United Football League team, I'm sticking with that. Chicago Grizzlies. Now back to New York. New York. Okay, you got Jets, so you got Giants. I would have to say with the New York Yankee type of color scheme and stuff, I would have to give them the name for the United Football League team. I would have to either say, and they in the Bronx too. Either the Barons or, you know what? Let's go with the Barons. I think the Barons is the best bet. So yeah, the New York Barons and stuff. Yeah, I think that's the best bet because I feel like it's a better take for them. Some say New York beats and stuff, but because for the so yeah, some say New York beats because of the history of hip hop in New York and stuff. And but I think the Barons is a better name for football personally. All right, so especially because they like in the Bronx area too, or Queens area, where they're gonna build the stadium at. But I think the Barons is kind of like the best uh, football name for New York and their team for United Football League. So let's check out this new rendering for this stadium, and yeah, let's go and dive on in. And why this is my opinion.
Wet Dream Tomato, but it still doesn't have a soccer-specific stadium of professional standard, despite 2 Major League Soccer clubs bearing the city's name. There is Red Bull Arena, of course, but that's over in Jersey.
Now that stadium right there, this stadium right here, this is a Major League Soccer stadium, home to the Red Bulls, but this is also in Jersey, so they might put a team in Jersey, but it was not like one of my picks. Pretty much, I let keep this as a soccer stadium, but for this new stadium that we're about to check out for the other New York team, this is what I'm saying. The Barons is the best bet for them to call, and they could be like Barons could be like developmental for the Giants, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And then also, if New Jersey wants a expansion, they can use the stadium. You know what I'm saying, for the Jets, and also they can call their team what's called the Flyers and stuff, like the New York Flyers and stuff. So or Jersey Flyers and stuff. So either or, but like I say, that's in case if they want another expansion team in New York, but or in Jersey. But my take is for the one is actually getting built for New York City, New York City. All right, so yeah, but this is the Jersey Stadium, but this is another team. But I think this stadium should stay as a soccer stadium unless you want another team to represent the other New York team, which is the Jets. So, but we're going with New York Barons for that's going to be the color scheme is going to be the Yankee color scheme and New York FC color scheme. But it's going to be developmental to the Giants, pretty much. So let's go back to the video.
Jersey. Currently, New York City FC play at Yankee Stadium, but that was actually built for a different sport. I know, right? I was surprised when I first heard that. But I suppose the name Yankee Stadium was a bit of a giveaway. It was leading me to believe that maybe New York City FC were playing second fiddle here. The Yankees' parent company owns 10% of the club. The club has already got underway building.
So this is gonna be the new stadium that you see here. Gonna be built in 2027. All right. Yes. So I think the name for the United Football League team that's going to be an expansion or maybe be an expansion, or in my opinion, that should be an expansion for New York City would be called the New York Barons. Okay. And it could be a developmental team for the New York Giants. And that's my take on it. And yeah. This stadium is nice though. I do like it.
What will be known as Etihad Park. Etihad paid $20 million in a 20-year naming rights deal. The airline is based in Abu Dhabi, and the majority of the club is in a roundabout way owned by a member of the Abu Dhabi royal family. So I suppose it's fitting that this new stadium is situated in Queens. It would have been an even better fit if this borough was known as Sheikhs. Perhaps they could have offered Mayor Eric Adams free edibles throughout the venue at all. Reputed that elephant on Coney Island. See it's known as Sheikhs. Perhaps.
So this stadium is going to be located in Queens, which is like right there close to Brooklyn anyway. So close to New York City. But yeah, I say the Barons is the best team name for United Football League for New York.
they could have offered Mayor Eric Adams free Etihad flights if he renamed it. Either way, I suppose a high-end airline is a good fit for such a sleek, modern and technologically advanced stadium. It is set to become the first fully electric stadium in the US, just 124 years after Edison electrocuted that elephant on Coney Island. See, it's not just a recent phenomenon. People have always gone to extreme lengths to thwart Tesla. But yeah, the building will have solar panels up top, and there'll be no fossil fuels used throughout the venue at all. So I guess these video boards must be those newer models that don't run off of a coal-powered steam engine. But in all seriousness, I suppose at other grounds they might use petrol-powered pumps and generators or whatever. That's not going to be the case here. Which I suppose is somewhat ironic considering where a lot of the funding for its construction is coming from. Speaking of which, the stadium is expected to cost $780 million, which will make it the most expensive stadium to be built solely for an MLS club. But that's okay, it'll be entirely privately funded, as I alluded to. Are they getting good value for money? Well, to be honest, I have no idea, because the price comparisons I'm used to considering is like, should I buy this milk, which is $1.80, or this milk that's 50 cents more, but I like the colours on the packaging. And they boast that the cows get to graze on the beautiful lush hills of New Zealand, whereas on the cheaper one they boast that they have no more than 4 cows per cage. Of course, I'd usually choose the cheaper option, but sometimes the pressure becomes too much and I end up buying buttermilk by mistake. Either way, it seems like a great stadium, and unlike New York Red Bull's ground, it's not a clone of another stadium elsewhere. So there you have it. Let's all hail a gypsy cab and get out of here. Subscribe if you like stadiums and that. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
All right, next one up.
People who pick post-university for an MS in...
All right. Let's get rid of this ad and stuff. Okay, guys. So this is Protective Stadium. This is the home of the Birmingham Barons. I'm sorry. Brain fart. No, this is the home of the Birmingham Stallions. I'm so sorry to the Stallions fans. But yes, I've been talking a lot. But this is Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. This is home to the Birmingham Stallions. Okay, the most successful team in United Football League history. Also, it's home to the University of Alabama, Birmingham, the Blazers. All right. And people was talking bad about this stadium, how it's not built right and all like this and all like that. Them haters gonna hate and stuff. Let them hate. They was probably drunk and stuff while they were doing their reviews and stuff, and they trying to mess things up. You know, people are so ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? What they have. I wish my city would have a United Football League team. You know what I'm saying? I wish my city would have one and stuff. But Birmingham got one. You know, and I'm appreciative. You know what I'm saying? I'm very appreciative that they got one, because Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, we never had like professional teams that stay as long. You know what I'm saying? So, but I would give them the credit for Birmingham. They deserve this, and they deserve the Birmingham Stallions. So don't take it for granted at all. Okay, so let's check their stadium out and stuff. Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama, home of the Birmingham Stallions, home of the Birmingham Blazers and stuff. And yeah, let's check the stadium out. And like I say, I like this stadium. This was my first pick to replace World Memorial Stadium in my hometown, Little Rock, Arkansas. But I do like Chicago Fire FC new stadium taking the place of this stadium. But this is like my two opinions to replace World Memorial Stadium. So it's this stadium and Chicago Fire's new stadium. So let's dive on in. Yeah, shout out to Protect the Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama, home of the Birmingham Stallions, the United Football League, and the UAB Blazers. You know what I'm saying? College Football League. All right, next up. Now this stadium right here, this is in San Diego, California. Now I'm gonna tell you about this stadium. So San Diego Chargers, right, or now LA Chargers, they left San Diego on some pettiness. All right, without hesitation, and people didn't like it at all, and that's why they had to play in that soccer stadium, StubHub Stadium. Know the history, y'all. They played in that soccer stadium in StubHub, and they played that soccer stadium called StubHub in Anaheim. Okay, and so San Diego, they didn't like the stadium they was in. I mean the Chargers. They just left, no hesitation, just left. Uh, Without giving people warnings and stuff, they just left and stuff. And Notre Dame fan base is San Diego, so what happened? The school, San Diego, University of San Diego, California, decided to tear down the old stadium and rebuild a brand new stadium, which we got right here, San Diego uh, State, I believe, Snapdragon Stadium. Okay, Bachelor Field. Now, MLS has appointed that they're putting a team, expansion team, here at the stadium of San Diego, known as San Diego FC. All right. Now, here's my take on this. United Football League. You might as well jump the bandwagon and put a team in San Diego as well and use the stadium as well because the stadium is brand new. All right. It fits the caliber for you guys. All right. Also, it'll make NFL look bad. And also, the main thing about it, you can use this expansion, like developmental for the Chargers, or y'all can use the Cardinals as y'all uh, developmental team. All right. So anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. Or y'all can use the Raiders as a developmental team as well. Like anything can happen. But I think United Football League, they do need to put a team here in San Diego in this stadium right here. So let's check the stadium out, shall we? Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. And yes, they can use the same color scheme as San Diego University and stuff. They can use the same color scheme. They're red and they're black. The team name, I think I'm gonna have to go with probably the Dragons and stuff because the stadium's called Snapdragon. So yeah, San Diego Dragons. I think it fits. So yeah.
I'm Mindy, and I'm a meathead.
So yeah, shout out to San Diego for their stadium, new stadium. Like I say, Chargers, y'all dropped the ball on that one. That's why. That's why when I get mad, and I relocate y'all every time. Um, Now this one right here. Now this is the Tom Benson Football Hall of Fame Stadium. This is in Kenton, Ohio. This is another pick for United Football League because it's the Hall of Fame of football area. You know what I'm saying? That's where the Football Hall of Fame is at. Now here's my thing with this stadium, okay? It is actually a high school stadium, but it can be used. They use this to play NFL games at because of the Football Hall of Fame. Now, they did say Canton is one of their choices to put a United Football League team in, and they probably will use this stadium. You know what I'm saying? So it's another pick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Canton. So you got Cincinnati, Ohio, and you also got Canton, Ohio. Okay, so but yeah, let's check the stadium out. It's really nothing too major. You know what I'm saying? Just a big main stand. So, but yeah, let's check the stadium out. All right, so that's Kenton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? The team name for them, I would think I choose Kenton, uh, Kenton Legends. You know what I'm saying? Kenton Legends, something. You know what I'm saying? Or Kenton football team. You know what I'm saying? or the Cannons. It'll be something. So if you got a team name for them in Kenton, Ohio, put it down in the comment section. All right. Next up. Oh, I think that's it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is my picks. So yeah, that's my picks, y'all. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also, yeah, man, like I say, United Football League. If y'all need some help, please, bro, just put. If you know anybody, show them this video. You know what I'm saying? And also, oh, I think we did miss one stadium. I think it was Columbus. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, we missed one stadium.
Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, a pioneering sports town with a rich soccer history, both for the U.S. national team and an MLS original, the Columbus Crew, who look to begin a new chapter of that history with the opening of Lower.com Field. Featuring an ominous 200,000 square foot roof structure, the stadium is made to look and act like a fortress, intimidating opposing teams and protecting home fans from the elements. The interior of this imposing structure has a 20,000 seat capacity and includes 4 uniquely designed stands representing the distinct neighborhoods of the city. The most famous of these stands can be found in the North End and is the new home of the Nordeca, a passionate supporters group that played a pivotal role in saving the team from relocating to another city. However, these days, the Crew have been more than just saved, and that supporter passion combined with a new ownership and new stadium all signal the Crew's ambitions to be a massive club. And while that may have been a tongue-in-cheek reference in the past, the Columbus Crew of the present and future is putting everyone on notice. The Crew began as one of the 10 original MLS clubs in 1996 and played their first games at Ohio Stadium, a 90,000 plus capacity venue and home to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Led by the likes of United States forwards Brian McBride and Jeff Cunningham, as well as Trinidadian striker.
All right, so here's my thing with Columbus for the United Football League team. I think this is the last one for real this time. The team name, I will give them Columbus Crusaders because you can use the Crew name as short and stuff, just like the soccer team. But for United Football League, the Crusaders, Columbus Crusaders, I stick with that team name. But yeah, let's get back into this video. And yeah.
Stern John, the Crew had few problems scoring goals, yet postseason success eluded the team as they failed to capture any trophies in their first 3 years. Behind the scenes, club owner Lamar
and also they can use the old stadium as well too.
Hunt made preparations for what would prove to be a transformative move in North American soccer, with the development of the first soccer-specific stadium in MLS, which opened up on May 15, 1999, and would change the course of the sport in the U.S. forever.
I think I must be an idiot for startups, but this has been a fun one, and the development of this stadium, I think, is going to be a very positive thing for Major League Soccer and for soccer growth in this country.
The stadium was privately funded by Lamar and Hunt Sports Group, and though it had a gritty, straightforward design, it showed what a venue created specifically for the sport could do for a club, and paved the way for future soccer stadiums across North America. In addition to playing a pivotal role for Major League Soccer, Crew Stadium was also important for the U.S. men's national team, as the location and weather conditions made for a home field advantage the U.S. had rarely experienced against their regional rivals, Mexico, and is where the winning tradition, 2-0, was born. Success on the club level grew as well, and in 2008, the crew captured both the Supporters' Shield and their first MLS Cup title. It wasn't all smooth sailing at Crew Stadium, however. After hosting MLS Cup in 2015, a proposition arose to relocate the team to another city. The move was fiercely protested by supporters, who began the Save the Crew movement that rallied support throughout Columbus and across the league. A solution was eventually reached to keep the team in Columbus, with a new ownership group led by the Haslam family, who also own the Cleveland Browns. And not long after,
So yeah, the Cleveland Browns can make like the Crusaders, the United Football League team that, you know what I'm saying, they're the expansion team for United Football League. If they had one in Columbus, the Cleveland Browns could use them as a developmental team. All right.
it was announced that the team would begin building a new stadium in the downtown area.
Let's be honest, the big reason we won the championship was our ownership. They saved the crew, they invested in the club, and we don't win a championship unless they save it and invest in it. And when you look at the new stadium, the new training ground, the future is really bright.
Enter Lower.com Field. Located in the Arena District of downtown, the first thing that stands out is the distinct roof design, which is perforated, allowing light to leak in while protecting fans from the elements and trapping noise within the stadium. Field level is situated 22 feet below grade, creating a unique experience for fans entering inside. And with a multi-level design of ledge seats and fan terraces, there will be a number of unique vantage points for fans to enjoy. One of the most anticipated of those terraces is located directly above the Nordeca in the north end and is a standing room only area where onlookers will feel the energy of the loudest supporters. Nordeca is German for North Corner and references the area that the supporter groups previously occupied in historic Crew Stadium. In their new digs, the name will remain, but now the Nordeca will occupy more than just the corner. With a 3,400 safe standing section, the second largest in MLS, and a 37-degree rank, it will feel like the supporters are right on top of the pitch.
The relationships with the supporters is so critical to get the tifos right and the goal celebrations right and the march to the match. I mean, there's so many unique things that are going to come out that are different, far different, unrecognizable than what we were able to do in the past.
In many ways, the growth of the Crew parallels that of Major League Soccer. At times in leaps and bounds, while at others steady and sustainable. They have not been without their challenges. However, in overcoming those instances, the club has grown more resilient and their roots have gone deeper. And with the opening of Lower.com Field, the Crew will continue building upon their legacy for club and country.
All right. And I think we done for this one. So, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, what's your opinion on the United Football League expansions and the news and the media breakout they've been having lately about relocating teams and stuff? But yeah, if you like this video, let me know down in the comments section. And also, go subscribe to the channel Days Reacts. This channel Days Reacts. And also, go subscribe to the Progress Gaming channel and stuff, where we do a lot of games and stuff as well. Also, shout out to MLS, Major League Soccer, for their stadium drone shots. And also, send this video to like the owners of United Football League. And like I said, this is my opinion on how to deal with the expansions, and also how to make the league more better in standpoint, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much like keep the league going. I want the league to succeed even more, you know what I'm saying. But like I say, spring football is different from fall football. You know what I'm saying? NFL's fall football, 60,000 seats capacity, bigger than ever, you know what I'm saying. But they back in the day, they had to start small to where they are now. But United Football League is different. It feel like a United States type of league, and I believe that it's more focused on small cities more than bigger cities, and I feel like my picks will help the league grow and stuff. And it's like a really small, how you say it, small market, you know what I'm saying, type of league, and also, yeah, like cities like Birmingham, Little Rock, St. Louis, who lost their team, San Diego, who lost their team, teams like that. And then you got New York, you know what I'm saying, for like developmentals, and you got Houston or Austin for developmentals, Dallas for their developmentals, and then you got Ohio for their developmentals. You got some areas, Minnesota for their developmental, you know, Orlando, you know what I'm saying? Orlando's like 1 hour away from Tampa, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think if you see this video, send it to like The Rock or Danny Garcia or the CEO of United Football League. You know what I'm saying? Like, send this video out to them. So, you know what I'm saying? Because this is like an idea, pretty much. This is an idea on what they can do to help bring their league more better. Actually make their league more better. And also, my cut, like I say, championship rings, season ticket holder for life. Also, little bit chop change, you know what I'm saying, like $4,000. I don't mind. $4,000 every month, you know what I'm saying, or revenue, you know what I'm saying, revenue value for like pretty much namesakes and team names, brands, shirts, you know, how you say it, apparel sales and stuff like that. Yeah, just give me a little bit of revenue of that, and we'll call it a day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Catch y'all later, y'all. For the next one, y'all. I'm out. Deuces, y'all.